So people say you're crazy because you like snakes and reptiles and spiders. I hear it all the time. You catch snakes? Are you crazy? And they're right. You are crazy. But not in a crazy way, in a weird and odd way. Somewhere along your life, maybe your childhood, you weren't afraid. You picked up a snake, you photographed it. Meanwhile, your friends and maybe your family was sitting aside, shaking their head and going, "What is wrong with this kid? And what is wrong with this road? This road is a washboard road, I'm sorry." But honestly, was it really odd to like creatures that are fascinating and mysterious? The only reason why you did it, and I did it, is in the back of our heads we're thinking, this really isn't that crazy. It's almost like we saw something that other people couldn't see. Even though most of us try hard to show it to them, they can't see it. I think that's the part that's weird. Back on the dirt, and yes, I'm cruising for snakes. So something to think about is the two most feared animals on Earth are snakes and spiders. And why that's interesting is both of them don't look at us as food. Granted, there is a couple snakes that eat people every once in a while, but it's not on the norm. What was that? That's a stick, I'm pretty sure. Get out and look at it. Always check the sticks. Especially in October, but no, it's definitely just a stick. That's not a snake. No, it's not. There's creatures like big cats and bears that can actually look at us as prey. And a lot of people just find them adorable. And to me, that's strange. This is something that can eat you, likely wants to eat you, and people are like, "Oh, that's cute. Look at that. It's nice and fluffy. I want to hug it." Maybe that's why they have the adorable factor, so people hug them and it eats them. Okay, let me bring it back to the fascination with snakes. At one time, and this might not be now, the snake was mysterious. You didn't know a lot about it, so it was drawing you in. First snake might have been a really cool looking snake, or you might have held a snake and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is cool." And from that point, you wanted more. You just started learning about it. And the people that say you're crazy, nuts, weird, they never had an experience like that. Their experience were their parents, grandparents always backing them up, saying the only good snake is a dead snake. That snake's bad. Be scared. And you can see that a lot in little kids. They would typically mirror their mom. The boys were mirrored. That looks interesting. Let me look at something else. I don't think it's probably nothing, but it kind of looks snaky. So let me look. Dead baby black racer. Anyway, where was I at? The kids will mirror their parents. Their mom will show fear. I've seen it at little snake shows I was on. You would see the mom walk up and go, "Eh!" You know what? The little girls would do the same thing. And boys will mirror their fathers, especially when they see their dad kill the snake and say, "I'm protecting the family." You know, the boys grow up and do the same thing. But every once in a while, people pop up like you or I. And everyone else is just scratching their heads saying, "What's wrong with them?" I like to turn that around and say, "No, what's wrong with y'all? Why are you so scared of snakes? Why do you feel the need to kill them?" I think it's because people today are completely disconnected with nature. Now, don't get me wrong, I am also disconnected with nature. I'm not running out in the woods killing my own food and all this other stuff. Being connected with nature doesn't have to be in a primitive way. For me, it's a knowledge of the subject and learning it. But that's not complete when you're talking about nature, because nature is definitely more like poetry. Oh my God, that's a big rough green snake. Let's look at that. Look at that. There we go. We got a nice rough green snake. At least I found a snake on this dock. I wasn't too sure of it, but it's warm enough. Decent size this rough green snake is. Pretty decent size. You can pick it up. You don't have to be so crazy, rough green snake. You can just calm down and chill out. So yeah, about nature being poetry, I haven't had enough coffee to even think about getting into that. Let me move on from that. So here comes the point. You're not crazy or weird for liking snakes. You're in a pursuit of knowledge and you're shining a light where there's only been darkness. That's pretty damn noble. So for the people that think you are crazy and weird and odd, they're the ones that are actually odd. They're taking a fear that is irrational, turning it around and saying because you like it, you're the one that's crazy. In my book, if you like snakes, you're actually pretty cool. Oh my goodness. What do we got here? Come on, buddy. Big female eastern glass lizard. I thought it was going to be slender up here, but it's not. Pretty neat. That's cool. Let me get a picture of it. It's nice and chilling out.